This is a message from your guides reading for the girl who shakes things. So I have two crystals for this reading. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and surround us in some light here. And this is my smoky quartz. Okay, so I have a little bit of a block on the right arm, the right side, and it just feels like you don't really know exactly where to put your energies. There's like this confusion. Where do I place myself, my life, my energy? And this is down the right leg as well, and you still feel like you're on your path though. Um, so the block is not so much at the feet. In fact, your feet actually feel pretty grounded. Your right foot feels really grounded. Your left foot feels a little bit less so, but that kind of feels natural because the left side has to do with your intuitive side, and you are very creative, and you definitely have a lot of intuition going for you as well, and psychic abilities, and then just your general vibration. Your vibration is a bit higher since it's a crystal vibration. So the left side feels more clear. Definitely feels more clear. Feels more aligned. And there's kind of like this kind of feeling on the left side. Like there's like a kind of high, clear energy that you have. And it doesn't exactly feel like you're unfocused. It doesn't really feel like you're unfocused. It just feels like you're not focusing on the right things, or it's like um, you're just kind of all over the place with where to put yourself. Um, if you were knowing where to place your focus, you would be focused. So it's not a problem of focusing. It's not that you're unfocused or unclear when it comes to focusing, or you're just really distracted. It's that you just really don't know where to place yourself, but at the same time you feel like you are on your path, like you're going to get there. Like at the same time you're sure of yourself, you're sure of your guidance, and you're doing very well. So it feels like there's not really anything to worry about. Um, it's just this general feeling that you don't like. It's this emotion that you kind of can't stand, where it's like you don't know what to do, you don't know where to put yourself. And so then there can even be a little bit of this kind of lethargic kind of feeling, um, that you get kind of lost in. It's almost like you don't want to do anything if you can't do anything right, in the sense. Um, so then you just kind of get lethargic. Okay, so one thing that your guides are saying right away is that actually exercise. Um, if you were getting your energies flowing, and you were doing this really consistently, um, where you were feeling like a rush of energy through your physical body, um, this would actually help you more to focus on the right things, because you would be activating your energy more, you would be releasing toxins more. So exercise is a tool that they would want you to incorporate, because it's going to help you focus on the right things. It's going to help you be more clear, because your physical body is a vehicle. Your physical body is a vessel that you're operating through. And so if it's more clear, then your mind is going to be more clear because we are operating through a brain. Your intuition is going to come through better. You're going to just see more clearly, how do I do this? How do I implement these changes? Or what exactly is wrong? Um, what is it off that I'm really feeling? Should I be studying this? Should I be traveling here, going there? Um, in some ways, it feels like before when you were studying, um, you felt more of like a flow and you felt more of an interest in what you were doing and it was more natural. Um, Now it kind of feels like there's this cutoff a little bit, and it almost feels like you've kind of stepped into an energy that you're kind of stuck in. Like, do I really want to be studying this, or what energy exactly did I start studying these specific topics and these specific things out of? Is it time to let this go? And it feels like on the one hand, yes, but then it also feels like in some ways it's something that you need right now. At the same time, you need to be studying for other reading for other reasons, um, other than just what you're studying. It doesn't feel specific to what you're studying. So it feels like the studying is something that you need. It gives you some grounding, but it just feels like these topics are kind of off, and at the same time, it feels kind of like how do you change them? Because you committed to these certain courses, or maybe even degrees. You committed to certain courses, and so it feels almost like you're kind of stuck in them now. You need to get the right grade. Um, and how do you make these changes when you're kind of stuck in something that you already committed to? Um, so it feels like if you can change it, go ahead and make small changes. Um, if you can change certain things about it, it would be good to change your outlook about it, where maybe in some ways you can cause it to help you more, on the path that you're in general going down, and that you're really headed for, where it can still end up benefiting you. Um, and still end up manifesting in a positive way for you, even though you kind of don't really want to be doing this now. You're kind of stuck in this now. So it's more your outlook, especially, that you're able to change. So change the things that you're able to change, even if you kind of have to be doing this right now, and you kind of committed to this, um, and even if you don't know how to change it or even like how you would change it, if you were able to, like, what would you take instead? So you're a little bit unclear right now in some ways of what specific direction to take, um, but that's okay. It just feels like in general, for some reason, it feels like you stepped into a thought form a little bit just when you were picking, the things to commit to. And it feels like you didn't really feel that at first, or like realize that or understand that at first, and it's kind of hitting you now. Like, uh, why did I start studying this? you know, what am I doing right now? And it feels like it's just kind of throwing you off. So it feels like it's really your outlook now that you have made these choices, these decisions. Um, if you like they're saying, if you can change certain things, if you Do you feel like you can take something different, or you can add a class that you would prefer? Whatever. If there is some way that you can change it up a little bit, go ahead. But there is kind of this general energy that you are a little bit stuck in it. Um, and you can't really just completely alter the whole thing and pull out of it all, because there are some commitments that you made that you do need to keep. And it's throwing you off a little bit. So again, it feels like the best way to push yourself forward and push yourself into a new energy is just to make it more interesting to you somehow, and then to still feel grounded in other areas, to feel like this isn't like so offsetting. Um, but it does feel like it's the studies, what you're studying, just to help you pinpoint kind of where the off feeling is coming from. It doesn't really feel like it's other things so much. It feels like that is affecting other things, but it really does feel like it's coming from how you're taking classes that you don't really want to be taking, that you kind of feel off about, that you don't really feel right about intuitively anymore, and that you never really did feel right about in your intuition. It was just some thought form that was kind of guiding you, or that um, you kind of looked through its view, um, when you were deciding what classes, what courses you were going to take. But your guides are saying that's okay. Just attempt to have a different outlook on it. Um, because it feels like in the long run, it doesn't really matter exactly what you're studying. The studies are helping you in another way. They're just helping you support yourself. They're helping you in general in other ways, in other areas that aren't exactly related to you studying. And so you kind of need to keep them now. So this is something that you are kind of stuck in. So, but it's important to not feel stuck in it, okay, as you're doing it. So you need to kind of change it up a bit, but inwardly, in the way of how you view it, so that it can still manifest as something positive for you, and you can still feel like you gained valuable insight, still into the path that you're going to be taking. And that these studies, these things that you're studying have still actually helped you to keep your grounding, move forward. And there's a feeling that that right there will help you to channel your energies differently, just knowing 100% that it is the studies that you're feeling off about. And that is what's generating this kind of off feeling in all directions, where you kind of don't know what to do, even with your eating. It's like that was coming up in one of the, like, oh, it's like, what do you eat? Again, just where do you put your energy? And then at the same time, the weight gain, when you're gaining weight, that has to do with absorbing energy. And if you don't know where to put your energy, then it's like you're not going to be releasing enough energy. That's why in one of your readings, your guides were talking about the healing. Your guides were talking about um, how you needed to practice healing and also doing creative things. But especially when it came to the absorbing, they were talking about the healing, that you needed to do like healings, practice healings, to help clear your energy and other people's energy. And that as you're helping to clear someone else's energy, you're doing something with your energy, and you're actually going to be benefiting yourself and clearing yourself, healing yourself, and also gaining insights for yourself, even as you're reading other people. So it's like this energy that you're putting out is going to end up coming back to you and manifesting, but in a positive way. Not like gathered energy that you are storing, but an energy that's flowing to you, it's flowing through you. And so it's actually, if anything, it is not, if anything, but it is removing energies from you, because it's an energy that's flowing and it's an energy that's doing something. And again, this is the reason that exercise would be really beneficial for you and really helpful for you, and more than just meditation, more than a meditation where you're visualizing certain things that can definitely be beneficial for sure, and that can help you to concentrate, but it's not enough of like a high intensity releasement. um, so you need to be releasing more energies, especially when you're in a situation where it's like you can't, it's like you're trying to find a positive view on it, you're feeling stuck in it, okay? And that's kind of stifling. So you need to be doing uh, exercise that gives you like a physical exertion and removes these energies off of you. You're automatically going to feel clearer, lighter, and not as stuck. um, if you're removing energies that feel like they are stuck in there, that feel like you're storing them, okay, and you're also going to lose the weight. And it might seem like, oh, this is because I'm eating better and now I'm exercising, but in reality, it is I am removing energies, okay? You could be exercising your brains out, and if you are still storing all of this energy, maybe you lose the weight because of a mental programming, and you're sure that you will because of all the exercising. But you're going to end up manifesting still problems in some areas, and you might still not lose the weight at all, just because you are still you're still not releasing this energy. So this exercise is specifically about releasing energy. And the only reason that you're going to lose the weight is because now this energy that you have absorbed and that you kind of continuously absorb, it's going somewhere. And this is just an ability that you have to absorb. Um, so you have to be careful, obviously. Um, you're around, who you spend your time with, but not so much, just for the reason that you can't always help that. And you can protect yourself to a degree, you can protect yourself to a good degree. But if you're around a lot of hectic energies, people naturally, they pick up on energies. It's how they communicate. It's how we learn to read each other. And just bounce off each other in a conversation, even though people don't understand that they're doing it. It's a completely subconscious thing. They have no idea that they're doing it, most of them. Um, even people who are really intuitive, they're not like aware of it. They're not thinking all the time about how they're bouncing off other people's energies, um, or how they're absorbing. We're not really taught to um, focus on where our energy is going. We're not really taught to notice how our energy is affecting others, or how it's affecting ourselves, or how other people's energy is affecting us, or just what's happening energetically. Um, that's not something that we're really taught to notice, or be aware of, or just think about in general all the time. And you do think about it sometimes, definitely, just because of how sensitive you are, but you tend to think about it after you have already absorbed a lot of energies. And your guides are saying that's okay. You're always going to absorb energies to a degree. And so um, you have to channel that energy in a way that is going to serve you. You have to release that energy and you have to get your own energies flowing where it's not just sitting there, you're not storing it. You don't want to be storing other people's energy. Um, okay, so the two crystals that I pulled for this reading are obsidian, and this has all to do with deflecting energies. This is actually the third reading in a row that I pulled the obsidian. It's just I can't get rid of the obsidian for some reason. Probably going to get rid of it now after I've said that. um, or maybe not. But this has a lot to do with deflecting energies, cleansing your aura, and just keeping negative energies off of yourself. And then I have the smoky quartz here, and this is the same thing. It has to do with psychic defense. It has to do with protecting your auric space, and also with cleansing your chakras and cleansing your energies, cleansing toxic energies out of your space. So this is important too, the crystals to have you around at night. But that's actually another thing that you can focus on besides just the chakra work, the other things that your guides were coming through with in some of your other readings or one of your other readings. Um, Also at night, having the crystals around you, um, and attempting to it's like with crystals, you don't want to program them with too much, you know. So you might want to have like specific crystals, and you tell those specific crystals, okay, do this, and then you have some other specific crystals, and you ask them to do something else. But it's important. You want to get your energy flowing, okay, and so you do want to be working on your chakras. You want to have those crystals working on specific chakras because that's also going to be helping you release toxic energies. And that's going to be, it's just going to be helping the general function of how your energy is flowing through your chakras. Are they spinning? Are they working correctly? So that's needed. But then on the other hand, you need also crystals that are going to specifically help you with energies that you've absorbed and getting rid of them. But it feels 100% like again, the best tool for that would be the exercise, um, and to be disciplined with that and to do something where you are exerting yourself. And that is really going to help you get into a higher vibration. That's going to help you stop storing energies that don't match you, that aren't good for you. So that's really the best way to clear this, and also to step out of this fog. Um, because again, you're kind of in this fog right now, and you need to be clear about where to put your energies. So you have to clear out your energies and um, keep these energies that you've absorbed off yourself in order to do that, in order to remain clear, in order to feel clear. Also, the exercise will just automatically, it's like when your body, um, when your body is clearing itself in one way, automatically it's going to want to clear itself in another way. And so you're going to feel more what to eat, what to put in your body. If you're putting all this energy out of your body like this, then your body is automatically going to be telling you to put things in it that are going to be sustaining it. They're going to be helping it. They're going to be benefiting it. Um, and it's going to be higher energy foods, and that's just going to be something that starts happening um, as you are releasing these lower energies. So one way to actually tell if you're um, having a lot of lower energy stuck to you is actually in some ways by what you're eating. Because if you want lower vibrational foods, you want heavier foods, it's because you have heavier energies stored within your auric field, stored um, in your energy. And as you remove those, you're going to be stepping into a higher vibration. As your energy is flowing more, you're going to be stepping into a clearer vibration. You're going to automatically be eating clearer things. You're going to automatically be wanting more higher vibrational foods. So this all has to do with just this energy that you have absorbed. The weight, the eating, um, not knowing where to put yourself, where to place yourself. That has to do with some other things as well. But definitely the absorption does fog that. So your guides are saying that the exercise is the most important thing, and that meditation it can be helpful, but that it's really a secondary thing. It's not really something that you have to do every day, but they do recommend still the healing work that you were doing, because that's more of an active thing. Um, and meditation is more of a sit down thing, and it can help you to be still. It can help you to generate some energy. It really depends on what you're doing and in the moment what you need right now. And it feels like what you really need right now is something that's more exerting and more active to get these energies off of you and push them away from you, versus something that's going to be more still and more quiet. And it feels like that's more what you are used to doing. Um, and that's why that keeps coming in, because it feels like that's a message that you need, because it feels like for you, like getting more still and attempting to visualize and feel more grounded by what you're visualizing, um, and incorporating more spiritual practices. It feels like that's something that you want to do and that you want to implement. So you naturally feel good about those things. You're naturally more drawn to those things. But your guides are saying that you need to get a little bit more physical, um, doing more physical activities to remove this energy off of yourself, because it does affect your physical body, and vice versa. Your physical body affects your energy. So that's why that keeps coming through. Um, just because of how you view spiritual practices, how you love them, um, and you want to continue doing them, and you just feel naturally encouraged to do those things and keep doing those things, and that's a good thing. Your guides are saying it's just that you need to learn to incorporate this as well, because this is really something that you need, and this is going to tell your mind what to do with your physical self, because right now that's what's out of whack. It's where to put yourself physically. And your guides are saying really that's always what's out of whack in our physical world. Um, Even though obviously it's energetic, it's always affecting something physical, and it's always something physical that isn't right. When the energy comes out, the energy manifests. It's going to manifest obviously in a physical way, just because we're here in the physical. Okay, so that is all that your guides have to say now for this reading. Thank you very much for allowing me to do this reading for you. And as always, I truly hope that it benefits you. Thank you very much. Namaste.